Welcome once again back to the lab. It is your old Professor Pilk, and of course, once again, we are back in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Not for the full duration of the video. I have something really fun at the end, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. But we need to talk about the latest gift code. Now, this code is only available basically, I believe, through Monday. I'd have to double check that. It is currently Saturday afternoon. I would say grab this as quickly as you can, because this is only going to, run out pretty fast. Plus, we do have Pokemon Day coming up here next week, and I'm sure we'll get new codes at that point in time. So make sure you guys subscribe, turn on those notifications. Let's jump into the new code. Of course, we're going to go over to our Poke Portal. Make sure you guys hit the left bumper to go online. Only takes a moment or two to connect. There we go. Now, it is going to take me to the news, but I don't want the news. So we're going to go down here to Mystery Gift. We're going to go to Get with Code Password. There we go. And the code is going to be, just like you see here on screen, EU1C 25 Sunny Day. So EU1C 25 SUNNYDAY. Once you put that in, there we go, and I'll try to put it up at the top per usual, so it's a little easier to see there. You get Marco's Jumpluff. So basically, this is just another Pokemon that was, pivotal in the European Championships that we will now be able to acquire for our own purposes. So very fun. That it's not a shiny, it's not anything too pivotal, but it's just a fun Pokemon to have. I like to get all these gifts and keep these at home. Just, I don't know, honestly, just because of reasons more than anything else. So there you guys go. Now, there is something really interesting I want to talk about here real fast. I did achieve this. This will be in all the code videos coming up shortly, but I think it's really fun, so let's kind of include it here. So for those of you guys that have been coming to the live stream or have been paying any attention, you guys know I've been working really hard on completing the BDSP Pokedex, and I just completed it the other day. This is actually the first time I'll be actually acquiring this. I've been sitting on this for like 24, 48 hours, but go in here, grand outcomes, brilliant! We're one step closer to fulfilling my dream of creating a Grand Pokedex. We've registered every single Pokemon in Sinnoh. Now, that's actually every single Pokemon in the Sinnoh exclusive dex. Obviously, this doesn't include the National Dex. You don't have to complete the National Dex to do this. Some hints and tips I will give you guys, especially for those of you that have been playing Scarlet and Violet with us. You have a really unique opportunity to get these Pokemon really, really quickly, really easily, and very simply. Most of those Pokemon, not all, but most, can actually be evolved through Scarlet and Violet. So let's go here to the gift box real quick, and we'll jump over to BDSP and talk about this. Now, we do have a few other gifts that I've not completed. I'm working on the Galar Dex right now. We'll talk about that here soon enough. But there's our Shiny Manaphy. So for those of you that saw the video a while back, we did a full Gen 4 Dex. Basically now, that Shiny Manaphy that I got there, that was a little sus. It wasn't the most legitimate Pokemon ever. I did mess with the numbers a little bit to get that. I will fully disclose. We now have a fully legit Shiny Manaphy, and you can use that Manaphy, actually go into Scarlet and Violet, and you can actually breed a Manaphy egg and potentially get Shiny Phione. So let's kind of cover that real fast. So I've hopped over here to home. He's actually chilling here in my very first box. So we're going to move Manaphy over there. You can actually see here. Oops. You can actually see here the full details on him. Got Bubble Beam, Acid Armor, Whirlpool, Water Pulse. The original trainer is Pokemon Home. It's hard to see there. The ID number's over there. And a faithful encounter in the Sinnoh region today, literally. As of recording this, 2/22/25. So yeah, good stuff. Got all the information there. Let's jump back over to Scarlet and Violet with him, though. So we're going to go ahead and back out here and hit plus to kind of save. There we go. And then we'll jump over to Scarlet and Violet real quick. So we're back in Scarlet and Violet. I'm actually over in Alfornata, and I'll show you guys basically how to do this. Now, on my team, I currently have the Enamorous gift, I've got the Shiny Meloetta gift, and now we've got Manaphy. So basically all you need to do is, as you can see there, I have my Ditto up top. That is my Japanese Masuda Ditto. So we're going to jump over here. Basically, for those of you guys that don't know, if you didn't watch the breeding guide or whatever, this is just going to be a whole crash course on how to do this. But essentially, if you have a foreign Ditto, doesn't have to be a shiny, mine just happens to be that, But any foreign Ditto you have will increase your odds of getting a shiny, and you can spawn a shiny Phione from this shiny Manaphy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down here and do this Compote du Fils, which I'm sure I butchered the heck out of that. We're going to go ahead and grab that. Plenty of cash, so I'm not worried about that. You could do Egg Power 3. At this stage of the game, Egg Power 3 would be just fine. I find that Egg Power 2 gives me roughly about 60, give or take. Give or take, as I said. Eggs per half hour. And then if I do Egg Power 3, I get up to 90 to 100 even sometimes if I get really, really, really lucky. But if you're doing Egg Power 3, you have to do a ton of just checking the boxes. So let's go right outside of town here. Once it says South Providence, we'll go ahead and get off Miraidon, and then we can set up a picnic. There we go. Now, having Miraidon here is not going to be a problem. In fact, you can't breed a Namorous or Meloetta. Manaphy is the only one we can actually breed, so let's go ahead and talk to him here for a second. Personally, I found that when they're in a happier state, they do produce more eggs, but all you got to do is sit here with your Egg Power 2 for a minute and then come over to the box. You'll probably find, yeah, there's a Pokemon egg inside. Yeah, let's grab that. Is there another one? Doesn't look like there's any more, but we pretty much got that done instantaneously. Now, normally, I would sit there for like a solid half hour. If we kind of go to our Egg Power here, let's go ahead and do that. There we go. So I had 29 minutes left on Egg Power 2, so you saw how quickly I got an egg there. You can get eggs very quickly. Egg Power 1 I found is about, I've seen up to 45 eggs in a half hour, but, you know, it's usually about 30 per level, give or take. There is a slight drop-off. You do get slightly more with the lower egg powers, but I'm impatient. I often do Egg Power 3 personally. Now all you got to do is jump on Miraidon, make sure that egg is in your party. It is not, so let's go ahead and do that. I don't know why I didn't auto-equip the party. Okay? And what I usually do is I fill this up with just a whole bunch of eggs, and at the top, I'll put somebody with Flame Body. So let's go down here and add somebody with Flame Body to the team. Let's go to Ability, Flame Body. There we go. And who do we got here? It doesn't matter. Oh, we'll grab Slugma. I adore Slugma. There we go. So normally what I would do is I'd keep whatever Pokemon I have with Flame Body, you know, up here at the top, and then fill the rest with eggs just to hatch all the eggs at once. But all you got to do, the nice part about Alphanot is this beautiful straight shot all the way through town. You could do this so absolutely quickly. Now, in fairness, I don't know how long the Phione/Manaphy eggs will take to spawn, but oops, sorry, Kirlia. I know with the starters, it's usually like 3 to 4 times back and forth. It's not a huge time sink, but, you know, it does take a certain amount of time to do. And then you can kind of come down here. I don't like to go too far out of town just in case I encounter a Pokemon. But just run back and forth here real quick. Once again, we covered all this in the breeding guide. This is just kind of a crash course in all of that. Oh, but as I was saying with the Sinnoh decks, one thing you can do is if you're playing Scarlet and Violet, you can actually take a bunch of your Pokemon from Sinnoh, import them into Scarlet and Violet, and then do your evolutions. So what I did is I would take, say, the starters, because once you register, you get all the starters. Take each one of the starters, put them in home, register them, pull them into Scarlet and Violet, feed them one of my large candies or something like that, get them to the next evolution, take them over to home, back and forth. Made it very quick and simple. I did that for all the Pokemon. Things that require trade evolutions, most of those are actually compatible with, not all, but most, are compatible with Legends Arceus. So you can just take them over to Legends Arceus if you have that game, give them a linking cord, and they'll so make your life so simple. It literally finished this in just a matter of days. So it's not that cumbersome. Let's go ahead and hatch this egg. I don't think this will be a shiny, but they do have shiny rates. They're the same rates as every other Pokemon. They're not exceptionally rare, but there's a Phione. And predictably, it is not a shiny. But let's go to check summary. There we go. Not a shiny Phione, but you could go in here and hatch eggs. The really nice part is Let's go to our summary here. Why is it not showing him as shiny? Okay, we're not getting the... Oh, we do have the shiny mark. I missed it. It's right behind my head. So, unfortunately, this is not a shiny, but you can continue to breed them until you get a shiny. One trick that I found, if you go into options and you turn off autosaving... turn autosaving off so you have to manually save. What you can do, set everything up, go over here, and before you set up your egg power, whether you're doing that with sandwiches or buying the meals here, save just before you do that, then hatch all your eggs. If you don't get what you want, then you can just force close the game, restart, and then just do the process over again. That way you don't wind up with, like me, having box after box after box after box of Sprigatitos and Charmanders. Just a little trick that's going to save you an insane amount of time, because it's going to take forever to clear those boxes. If you don't do it the autosave way, then you're going to wind up having to just release so many Pokemon, or one to trade them, as I'm kind of currently doing. But nevertheless, guys, there you go. Go get your Shiny Manaphy, go get your Shiny Phione, go get your Jumpluff, all that good stuff. We'll be back to talk about this a little bit more coming up soon, but hope to see you guys again shortly, especially with Pokemon Day coming up in just a matter of days.